You know, right there. That's our winner of the Pete Shootout. Boom.
Stunned.
Me?
Unbelievable.
Not so much. I seen it coming.
Stunned.
You know what? We also have, though, Cask 3 coins back in house.
All I'm going to say, as much as
They were used,
as much as you were stunned by our bourbon shootout, when your number one was Maker's Mark,
right?
I'm stunned, and I know I can't say it. What?
Oh no, just keep talking.
Okay.
Let me make sure.
We can't say yet. Obviously, these shows are going to be released over time. We've just wrapped up our finals of the peated shootout, 16 bottles. I'm a little stunned. You say you were not with what I picked, but
in a way,
we
well,
got 40 on here. What?
Hold on.
What? Sorry. I mean, I guess
in a way, I'm not really stunned by your pick.
Number one,
I thought there were
I'm
some.
saying.
Well, my palate. Okay, so my palate chose different than yours.
True.
Overall, not really stunned by your pick. 16 bottle March Madness, Pete Madness shootout is complete.
And it was
we
strong.
know what the winner
What we can't tell you.
was.
We can't say it. Wow, my Riedel's back. We can't say it because it's got to come out on the show. We know it was a Pete extravaganza. I'm ecstatic by the shootout. That was I won't say I will still say the bourbon shootout was the most educational. But what stunned me with the Pete shootout is that the Pete almost seemed to take a back seat. That's all I'll say.
Yeah,
I don't know if back seat's the right way to describe it.
Right.
Having just Pete against Pete, I was able to pick up subtleties.
Roy's getting on a plane. Sorry, Roy.
Roy's getting on a plane.
He come in real quick, though, just to say getting on a plane, can't join.
Snakes on a plane, Roy. That's all I've got to add. Snakes on a plane. Hold on.
Hold
on.
Yes, we just finished the Pete. See, I just brought it down a little bit.
I like it.
But that was more to show the lot 40. Okay. We got done shooting the Pete Madness. Let's move on.
Right. I've got to say thanks to Beaver. I was
the beef.
The beef. I was really knocking our samples down in the quick hitters. In one failed swoop. Beaver's put me behind again.
Yep.
And I thank him for that.
You betcha.
That's all I'm saying, Beef.
All right. So
has this been sealed with
parafilm?
Parafilm.
Right here, I can see it.
Can you clear?
Rob, Whiskey in the Six, managed for us to get a remaining sample of
parafilm,
a Canadian release only,
which is
lot 40, Cask Strength,
which is what we need after a peated shootout.
Hopefully. What I do need, though, a little bit of a palate cleanser.
Me too, because Pete is dominating my palate.
You know what, though? This Saturday, the Pete shootout begins.
Ooh, yes.
Snakes on a plane from Roy.
Bracket 1. He's got snakes displayed there. I need a cleanser as well.
Eric Waite, he met up in person yesterday with Andrew from the Scotch for Dummies. They did a little video. He said it's going to be posted this Saturday on Douglas Lang's Highland Park 20.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
That sounds neat. Tune into that,
guys.
Oh, yes. Just throwing crumbs there.
Great color on the Canadian release only. Lot 40, Cask Strength. Woo, boy, a sweet rye.
Yeah, the nose is sweet and rich. Caramel, burnt.
And Eric is pointing out he did a lot of shout outs while he was recording with Andrew to the Whiskey Tube community, including the Scotch Test Dummies.
I'm glad he did that. That's very nice. Wow.
A little bit of a departure from the Pete monsters we've been facing so far this morning.
As strong as rye is, does not compare with what we've been slapping each other around with.
Now this does have that has a very good nose. Very sweet, very orange citrus. Orange zest citrus.
Yeah.
55%.
Thank God, because anything else would come in sadly below what we just did. We literally just beat each other around. Yeah. Look at this. Glasses with letters and darkened with black, what I call
sample bottles.
Empty sample everywhere. Bottles of the what was ended up being my number one, which I won't show you. Wow. Unbelievable. How many people we got live here?
41.
Wow.
On this Monday.
I brought back
mid-morning, mid-afternoon.
There will be, turns out there's a Spider-Man manga shirt that made its debut. What'd you think of that?
It's embarrassing.
You liked it. Spider-Man's cool. Manga's cool. Not to mention
So I will tell you.
Here a little bit.
G to the M just commented the Lot 40 Cask Strength is apparently pretty tasty. Go Canada.
Wow.
Now I'll just tell you. Okay, Canada releases some pretty meh stuff. You're gonna laugh, but it does. It's like bourbons. Everything's kind of grouped together, and a few stand above the others. It's the same to me with Canadian whiskeys.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah. I've heard good things about the Lot 40 Cask Strength.
What did I like from Crown Royal?
You like the
Winter Harvest Rye.
No.
That's what it was.
No.
What do you call it?
Northern Harvest Rye?
Sure. I call it winter. Winter is coming.
I like the hand select barrel, which is a little higher ABV.
Right.
I bet if you went back blind, you would choose the hand select barrel over the Northern Harvest
Sure,
Rye.
But there's always going to be some love in my heart. We actually happened to hit a sale at Auburn Spirits on everything Crown Royal. We bought 4. We get over to your house for whatever reason. I think your family was in Texas.
I think they were just in bed. You used to come over. We would get together, sip a couple whiskeys, drink, watch some movies. Well, we were watching The Walking Dead, matter of fact, at the time.
Whatever it was, I decided to pour the cheapest bottle we got, which was the Northern Harvest Rye, thinking that it was going to be non-special. Yeah.
Meh.
And then I tasted it and went, whoa. And you were like, shut up. And I was like, this is good. This is something. And you're like, get out of here. And then you tried it. And we shot a review of it 3 months prior to Murray's Whiskey Bible, where he named it number 1, which is the first. That's really when we take our first spike, wouldn't you say, in views?
Yeah.
Because we'd called it 3 months prior. And it was good to this day. I went and bought a case of it at $17.99. I bought 24 bottles of it because I wanted to hold on to it.
Okay, so Bourbon, Alberta. He says them's fighting words, Scott. Now, I'm going to preface this even with bourbon. Bourbon is, you have a group, you have 75-80% of bourbons that are all grouped together. Nothing outstanding, nothing special. You get cinnamons, you get caramels, so what?
Bourbon notes. Wow, this is
really, to me, sorry, Bourbon, Alberta, but even with Canadians, similar to bourbons, there's kind of just this group that are just average, and few either stand up or sit down even further.
We needed a bigger sample.
We've had good ones, Stock and Barrel.
Love that.
Love Stock and Barrel.
We tried that. We were like, wow.
Some of the Wisers, really, JP Weiser releases, outstanding.
Very.
But just overall, and the same as bourbons, an American release. With the Canadians, you kind of just get an average.
Can I tell you, this is delicious.
Good. I haven't sampled yet.
Sample.
This Whiskey in the 6, Rob over there.
Beautiful beard.
Yep, beautiful beard by Rob. We're all jealous. He managed for us to get this bottling 55%. I can smell the nose is
phenomenal.
Delicious.
The only thing that could pop in to even compete with the peach shootout we just did would be this. Only thing. The nose is sweet, slightly citrus, rich, marmalade. Something else I can't peg. Wow.
Wow. Yes. All right. Definitely this is standing up and it's saying, look at me. Such a orange zest, citrus, sweetness, rye, dill pickle at the same time.
You know I love a rye forward flavor.
Yeah.
This is it.
55%. It's buttery.
Thank you.
It's creamy.
It's phenomenal. It's all those things plus. Love it.
Go Canada.
Go Canada. Why don't they put more of this out? Wow. 55 ABV. It's got a beautiful overdone sticker. Makes it really own the bottle. Look at that. It's like a sticker from Minsk. It's tough.
Apu de Geest is saying, why don't we make a golden coin in every cask series for a lucky winner? That's a good call.
Say it again.
Make a gold coin in each cask run for a lucky person. But that would cost quite a bit to get a one-off of a golden coin.
We may get there at some point.
Even a metal coin.
You get us to 100,000 subscribers, we'll be doing some crazy stuff like that. Bam.
What's the orange, like orange soda candies? They were hard, but it was like an orange cream candy.
I talk about, but I don't know the name of it.
It was even like two color. You had the orange color, you had the white color on the outside.
God, this is good.
Yes. That's what it reminds me of.
You've got to bring the Cask Strength.
Now, this was Canadian release only. This was by Lot 40.
This was illegal.
A 12-year-old rye whiskey. Right. This was a kind of a special edition they did for
Canada,
but for one of their anniversaries as well.
God. You know, I got a buddy that lives in Regina, Saskatchewan.
Rhymes with Mulva.
It does. It does. He was the one that introduced me to Smokehead, also a heavy board gamer. Lou Bixby. His wife would go on these canoe trips in July and August that involved a helicopter. You had to helicopter into these little rivers and tributaries in North Saskatchewan. And she would take a bottle with her. I don't know of Lot 40, but she would take a bottle of whiskey with her and enjoy it fireside each night along the canoe trip. And God, I wished you and I could join her. It feels like you would be on.
I fell asleep in there somewhere.
Oh, come on. You know, you would be on the edge of nowhere.
Oh.
It's almost like going back to like 1870. I mean, let's admit, first of all, if you get a heart attack, ain't nobody making it to you in time. So you better be relaxed and at peace.
Here's all I'm going to say so far, and this is just the first couple of minutes on the Lot 40 Cask Strength. If you live in Canada and you haven't got a bottle of this, you should. Whatever it takes, go out there, get a bottle of the Lot 40 Cask Strength.
Go to your LCBO.
This is, it is, I'm all right.
You want
maybe I'll get some more. Watch where you're pointing that thing.
I love the sticker. Look at
Travis Souders is pointing out Cream Savers from Lifesavers was like the orange candy with the white cream two-tone stuff.
I like the way he talks.
And Eric Wade is pointing out that he thinks bourbon has more authenticity, i.e. no caramel coloring or other additives, but Scotch has more variation because of the greater diversity in production methods.
And
I do like that with bourbon. Bourbon seems more strict. Bourbon is, they've set the standards of what the mash bill has to be, virgin charred oak.
No color added.
No color added.
Sure.
Scotch, you got a minimum age.
3 years.
It has to be made in Scotland.
Malted barley.
Oak.
Right.
They can add color.
They can. But that doesn't, I know the argument's out there, but that there's no flavor with the colorant. It's just there to make it look consistent. I know that'll make some people mad.
Look at Greg Larson. He loves the regular Lot 40. He has a connection up north who can get him a bottle of the Cask Strength shortly. Can't wait. This is
You're going to love the connection.
Yes.
This is like a reversal. If you can get that snuck across the border.
Well, maybe he's in Canada, just hasn't picked up a bottle.
Good point.
And that's kind of region specific, or not region, but they call it, you've got the different. What am I thinking of? Come on, help me out here.
No.
All right. Fine,
Actually,
I won't save you. I won't save you either.
Well, I would have saved you, but I lost it. Territories?
But yeah, territories. There you go. and some territories sell.
The peat fogged me.
Sell stuff that other territories don't. And so you could have someone that lives.
God, this is good.
And just can't get. But yeah, it is. It really
Canada's
is. This
on
is
fire.
Delicious.
Canada is on fire. Really, what they're putting out is great. Wow. You've got to put this down in the States. Wow.
Food Quig says he has 2 bottles of the Cask Strength.
Buy 3.
Both are still sealed, and there's quite a bit on the shelf at a nearby store.
Holy
What's the price range, though? What are we looking at? I mean, this is
price.
I mean, in Canada, this is well worth $100, $120 Canadian.
Pricey. I would say $60.
But like I was saying, compare it to the other Canadian whiskeys that are out there.
There's some other good ones, though.
He's paying $60 for Crown Royal.
Get out of here.
No, I'm just saying.
So hold on, this is going 70 Canadian or 65 Canadian. It's bouncing back and forth.
Definitely worth it.
Yes.
I mean,
for the Cask Strength.
Yeah.
Wow. It's good. Lot 40 is available here for 40. Yeah, but the Cask Strength, Eric? That's Eric weight. That's the question.
Yeah, this is the Cask Strength. This was a Canadian release only.
It's got this huge sticker.
Yeah, gold.
You can't miss it. Look at it.
Yeah, look at it.
Look at that.
Look at it.
Look at that. It's all up in your face. Woo. This is the only thing we could have tried after our peat finale.
The peat's already off of my palate. This
I know.
Took it off.
That's what I'm saying. This actually was like a
buttered popcorn I just got. And very good. Very good. Colorless Blue Things is pointing out Master of Malt says the Lafroig 10 Cask Strength is discontinued. Can we still get it? We have been getting it in the States. I haven't seen anything about it being discontinued.
It's in our 16 bottle shootout. But I will tell you, make sure you tune in because
I don't know if that's good or bad.
It's good. But there is a lot of peat options there for you. 16, in fact, without going into detail. Because going into the peat shootout, where did Lafroig 10 Cask Strength stand for me? Do you know?
We cannot reveal anything.
Well, before.
We cannot confirm nor deny.
Okay. You won't even go into the before.
No, you can't even talk about it.
Okay.
Let's talk about Sunday's live stream possibly coming up.
This is special.
We're going to have a phone call with John Glazer from Compass Box.
Which we call like a coffee date.
It's like a coffee date.
We are not well known enough for him to go full live video.
Right.
God knows we could go off.
We gave him the choice. We said, do you want a phone call, video? He said, let's stick with phone call.
Call in. Yeah. You guys are a little weird.
You're wearing the manga shirts.
Right. There's
all
the
that.
Tall guy. He's a little
goofy
freaky.
And stuff.
Yeah, he's a little odd. If it was just Scott, he would have probably showed up in person.
Yes.
Yeah. You and Mark Gillespie are in. But
this Sunday, 2 p.m. Central Time, we will go live. We will get a phone call with John Glazer.
Right.
We're going to talk whiskey.
How long it's going to take.
We don't know how long we have with John, Sir John, as you call him.
Sir John, which could offend him and mean he's gone in 10 minutes.
Yep.
You'd be like, you bastards. And then he's gone.
George Kaplan is asking the date for the Peat-a-thon. We have tagged it. Last year we did the March Rye Madness. This year, March Peat Madness. It begins this Saturday.
Right. This Saturday kicks it off. We've got one more bourbon. Matter of fact, it's a Four Roses with Cousin Shane that's coming out Wednesday.
Small batch?
I think so. Yeah. I'd have to look at it. I've still got to edit that one. And then Saturday starts the Pete Shootout, bracket 1.
That's right.
Unbelievable. You guys, I've been pushing it with those weird little Pete is coming. But do you think it's worth it? Do you think the Pete Shootout is watchable?
Oh, definitely.
Thank you. You looked like you were concerned for a second.
Well, I was trying to, is it worth it?
Is it worth it?
What bottle were you talking about?
Hey, Rombout's on.
We did
Darth Lottie.
We did our
Look at
own
those.
blind
Explain
whiskey
those
tasting glasses. There will be it's not posted yet. Probably in conjunction with the Pete Shootout will come the making of your own
Right.
blind Glencairns.
And what I've been telling Scott is we need to sign a couple of these special plasticized glasses in silver Sharpie and put them on eBay. I think they're cool.
Now, apparently, though, back to Sunday, John Glazer, he had talked about he does have a new whiskey that's coming out, a new special edition.
Hasn't even told us.
Hasn't told us. Supposedly, he'll be talking about that during the show Sunday.
Or he'll think I'm weird and sign off.
Yeah.
We literally do not know how it's going to go. He may be like, you guys are weird. Although he's just calling in, which is what I tell Scott is similar to a coffee date.
Yes.
What's a coffee date? Because you know what happened.
That's not really a date.
The girl's name was Deborah.
But you took her.
It was a blind date.
You took her to a bar.
Right.
I said you should have went for coffee.
This was 1996.
Coffee was still around.
And I said it was around. It wasn't nearly as big as now. But
You took her at nighttime.
She asked
on
me
a Friday.
out. It was first blind. I denied the blind. And then she was like introduced to me. Not quite my type. But I was a stranger in a strange land. And I always learned to be very polite. So she asked me out. I said, we can go get a drink. And we went and got a drink and a sandwich at a like a bar. And you told me what? That was not the lowest level of a date. What is the lowest level of a date?
Coffee.
Coffee.
You just go for coffee.
Right.
You pay me at Starbucks.
Yeah, it's like a lunch or a after lunch.
Yep. I got 30 minutes.
Starbucks.
I got 30 minutes. I'll meet you for coffee. Let's go. Boom. I'm busy.
I agree. So
we're we're out.
If it's great, suddenly an hour's gone by.
Yeah, exactly.
And if it's terrible, you just got coffee. Right.
And see you next time.
Scott would have been great advice on this one because the date was odd.
I like Eric. Eric Waite's comment. He says, I don't think Bart is a weirdo. I know he's a weirdo. It takes one to know one.
Thank you. Thank you, Wait. Wait chimes in a lot.
Anybody that's not watching, Eric Waite, he is a wine sommelier.
He's very.
He started doing some whiskey reviews.
Just began.
And if you think wine sommeliers are like stuck up and don't, or whatever.
Sure, come on.
Tune in and watch Eric because
he's different.
He's different.
He's special.
He speaks to us commoners.
I love it. You've got to check him out because you got to admit, wine people can be a little bit like, my nose is high.
That's right.
Right. Where whiskey generally is like, no.
Well, it depends.
Well,
we wanted to break that trend.
Right. Our whole idea of a show is that it's just us. It should be just you. And you're checking us out and it's real because God knows whiskey's good, but it's good for everybody. And I should have done a coffee date instead of a drink date.
George Kaplan points out that you were back to the Riedel glass.
Never really left it.
I never get to use the Riedel glass.
You don't. One of them has been broken by, I believe, my son, which will not claim it. I love the Riedel. If this Riedel were to be wrecked, I would buy more Riedel. I would be a Riedel spokesman if they would allow it. And I don't need the stem, but I like it because it allows me to play with it and move it around. I love the Riedel.
The Lot 40 Cask Strength.
It's delicious.
It is delicious. Orange zest, rye,
caramel,
buttery
caramel.
Buttery caramel.
Thank you for saying that. Yes. It is.
This
Look at
rivals some of the different ryes we've been trying from the States.
Well, here's the deal. A rye from the States is more of a slight jab to the face. Rye from Canada, oftentimes a winter rye, feels smoother, subtler, softer. What? You gave a look. I love the Canadian rye. It doesn't feel as sharp, as spicy. What say you?
I thought you were going on with the Crown Royal
I
Northern
didn't say
Harvest
it.
rye.
I didn't say it, but it
Winter
thank
rye.
you for saying it.
What's a winter rye?
It's the rye field that grows in the winter. It grows a little shorter. It's not as tall, kind of like me.
Real?
It is, and it has a little bit of a softer flavor. I love the Northern Canadian winter rye.
That is OJ for Hire is
Look
asking.
at that.
Or wait, Go Habs.
Oh my God. Son of a.
Go Habs is asking, is that natural color?
Of
As
course
far as
so.
we know, Canadian rye can Canada add color?
I can't believe
They
I
do
poured
have
some.
You're
Hold
right.
on.
You're right.
No, but I wish it was.
They
in
do
my
have
mouth.
the little symbol on there for drinking this will not cause women to get pregnant. Symbol right there. You can see it.
You are wrong, sir.
What?
I can't believe I spilled it. I've committed the foul. That because I spilled it, I need more.
Well, thanks to Rob, Whiskey in the Six, for arranging us to get the sample of the Lot 40
Yes.
Cask Strength.
If he knows
It is-
somebody, get one that's up here
Yeah.
because this is delicious.
Food Quig is in the know, apparently.
Quig needs to go buy 3 more of these and then arrange. That's all I'm going to say.
Have we missed any questions from anybody?
Oh, tons. I haven't even been
Whiskey, I
watching.
do see Whiskey Jason tuning in from Germany.
God, from Germany, all the way from Deutschland.
Yeah. And he points out this should be without color. I don't believe that they add any color at all to it.
How come Eugene pops in with enjoy the Knob Creek Rye 100?
Eugene just bought a coin off of eBay.
Okay, well, I love Eugene then. It doesn't
It was
matter
coin
what
number
Eugene-
350. The
What?
very last coin from Cast 2.
I still think he bought it because of the way it was signed. 350.
Could be.
That's possible.
Could be.
I've been missing half the comments. So Whiskey Jason, this should be without color.
Mike L is asking for a closest comparison.
Wow. Ron Bout says, hey, German neighbor. Wow.
That Mike L, closest comparison on this. This is a great, strong rye whiskey. It does not seem as young as James Pepper.
Correct.
More aged. But not necessarily as much wood influence as Pikesville or Michter's.
No. Would you think it would be closer to... I'm trying to think if I'm looking at my rye shelf. What about the Rittenhouse?
No, Rittenhouse
You don't
is
think
much
so?
more peppery.
This is
sweet.
peppery to me, though. Peppery and sweet. The Rittenhouse rye is right over there. It's at 50% ABV. You want me to grab it?
No, grab it. I don't care. Do
We're
it.
gonna grab it.
You're gonna see a big difference.
I think you're right. It's right underneath.
Whiskey Jason just looked up the Lot 40 Cask Strength, no color.
Genius.
Yeah.
That looks the Rittenhouse is
Darker.
right there. 2 glasses. Oh my God, that one smells like peat.
That's probably the Ardbeg and Noah that we warmed
these
up
are
with.
both. Can I step off? Are you going to look on I've got a side shelf. Most of you guys have not seen it. There's a side shelf here that holds a little bit of wine for the wife.
How about
Ooh. Yeah, these are the baby Aaron's that came in a Christmas pack that I had to get. That is nice. These are dainty. I'm going to tell you, first of all,
we just finished shooting the Pete shootout, and right here are 4 Pete's.
You know what I love about these little Aaron's?
That's all I'm saying.
Oh, God. These little Aaron's have a hefty. Oh, my God. I poured you a lot.
What is that?
That's Aaron. You can pour a little in here. I got a better pour here. Pour a little in there.
Here, pour a
No,
little
right
back.
there. Right there. Right there. Right there. Right there.
Oh.
Okay. So we're going to comparison. From the depths of my cerebral cortex, I believed it was close to a Rittenhouse rye.
No. Not near as much sweetness on the Rittenhouse rye. It's even on the nose. A lot 40.
Taste it.
Wow.
Okay, you're going to be right. It's got a more rye bread forwardness.
Wow, that's very good too. A little bit more sourdough
Okay, yeah.
on the Rittenhouse.
Right. The lot 40.
The lot 40
smoother.
almost
About the
reminds
same
me of like
strength, though.
the Woodford Reserve rye. Much more sweet.
Okay.
If the Woodford Reserve rye was cask strength, a higher ABV, well, the Rittenhouse is pretty damn good too.
Rombout says, so should I get a Rittenhouse? And if so, which one? Well, I'm just telling you, if you can get a Rittenhouse rye,
We've only seen the one
that's all I've seen.
here.
But it's a bottle and bond. It's 4 years old.
50%.
50% ABV. And it's
Mid,
at least
it's like
in the
$25
States,
here,
in the
$25,
States,
$28.
very reasonable. But because of the bottle and bond, it's got that higher ABV and the higher age. And you should definitely get it and give it a try.
That's a good one. High West Rendezvous rye.
Ooh. Don't pull that in. The Pete's about killed me.
That's pretty as a
You wanted me to get it?
no. But I'm gonna say that one is probably pretty close. Nice rye, nice sweetness, orange zest.
This has got that smooth sweetness that a lot 40 brings with it, though.
Yeah.
All I could say about this is this needs to be made available in the States. It would sell like hotcakes.
Eric Wade is asking, has anybody blended a bourbon with a peated Scotch? Eric, we talked about it yesterday.
Close.
You take Elijah Craig Barrel Proof.
Okay.
Or no. Sorry. You take Lafroig 10 and you add just a splash of a cask strength bourbon.
Okay.
And it turns it into almost what you would think was a sherry influenced, sweet citrus peated Scotch.
Wow.
So take Lafroig 10 and add just a splash of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Add Jack Daniel's single barrel proof.
Mentions that Eric
Fisk.
Wade,
Jason Fisk.
Sorry, High West Campfire. Yes, but Campfire is 3 things.
Campfire is Scotch, rye, and bourbon.
Thank you, and I love it. But because of the rye and the bourbon, it's a little bit different. You didn't actually like it as much.
The Campfire I found confusing.
Yes, it's a
Rendezvous rye I liked.
Yes, you do. And there's another rye I like. I like the Boo Rye better. Young rye and an old rye.
No, Boo Rye is bourbon and rye.
Dang it. And the son of Boo Rye.
And the son of Boo Rye. That one you didn't care for.
As much.
The one that's the young rye and the old rye is the double rye.
Thank you. Which a lot of that is coming from Indiana. Anybody that raises their nose at MGP, you shouldn't. They are masters. They know what they're doing. I've been trying to reach out to MGP.
Nice shout out to Tosh. Dones 7.
Sure.
Who gives us a shout out to the STDs.
Well, thanks. Anytime you've got a communicable disease.
Yep.
Good to go. Trying to move in with the helmet. Look at that.
Santa Cruz, and we are not, first of all, we were not at work and we are not going back to work.
There was a threat of being called in. I was nervous.
For you.
Sure. Not for you.
So your solution was, let's start drinking now.
Then they can't call me.
Then they can't call me.
Because all I've got to do is be honest. Be like, I've been drinking.
It's right. 10 o'clock in the morning.
Been drinking some Pete. And they'd be like, at 10 a.m.? Yes. Yes. We were doing a shootout. I'm going back into some Rittenhouse rye in this dainty little Aaron glass. It's beautiful and heavy.
Which is funny. That was the Christmas package you bought. You didn't even remember buying it. You're like, oh, yeah, we need to do that one. I'm like, you got it right there. Christmas pack. Got 2 glasses with it.
I can't keep up after we hit 85 different types. You are like an abacus.
I don't know how you don't know what we've tasted.
I don't. I can't believe that you know. We're 4.5 years in, and you're like, yeah, we've had that. And I'm like, when? And you're like 2015 August. I'm like, shut the F up. And you're like, no, we did. Then I go check it thinking you're buffaloing me, and you're not.
Nope.
And you're right on. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, how in the hell do you know? You're like, that was August. And I'm like, August of 2015, you remember what we tasted? You're like, yeah. And then I'm like, I believe Alzheimer's is set in. I hope they're working on a cure, because I don't even remember August of 2015, let alone what I tried.
The first one, the worst, and Glenlivet 18.
The worst and first.
Yeah, Glenlivet 18
sang.
Cousin Shane is on. He sings
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I don't remember that it was Glenfiddich 18.
That was 3 years ago.
Was it Glenfiddich?
Glenlivet 18.
Damn it. See, even there I missed it. Glenlivet.
That was 3 years ago.
Sure.
And like 2 months ago, someone comments, says, you need to try the Glenlivet 18.
I'm like, yeah, I'm all over
that.
that.
Sounds delicious.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
And then you chime in.
We already did it. What are you talking about? That's like Cousin Shane's first appearance.
Right. And then in
Hallelujah.
person, you said, idiot.
Yeah.
And I was like, I apologize.
You're like, I don't remember what we done.
You know, I kind of live free. I try not to be hemmed in. Should we look at John Belushi's?
I like Mash Burn. Look at Mash Burn right there. He thought drinking was our job.
Y'all's job. First of all, I like the way he talks, especially when it comes to the peated thing we just did. Christopher Malloy.
Let's go. Let's wrap it up.
Tapped into the Deanston 12 yet.
It's time to wrap up.
Brian Schultz, love you guys. Foodquake, hey. Wait, he said to hats. To hats. Why I have gone to it for a year. He's talking to John Belushi. What part
that
you in?
To hats. How about that?
Hey,
that's why I've gone to it.
I'm reading it
to hats.
You got to admit he's got the H capitalized. I think you should. It should be to hats.
You are one goofy mother.
Read it though. It's got the H capitalized. That's.
I know, but anybody ignores the capital H. That's why
I do not ignore. I will not ignore the capital
Thank you,
H.
Travis. It is time to cut Bart off.
John loves us. So Fisk is laughing. Take a nap.
To hats.
I agree.
Do you mean that's why?
Scotch it, you Scotch gods.
Cask 40 lot 40 cask strength Canadian release only. Delicious. Buy it. Don't think twice.
And I'm glad you said that instead of me. To hats, to all of you. Scotch it, you Scotch gods.
It's a lunch of
dummies.